Hello, my name is Jim Laughlin. I teach clarinet at Amarillo College and also play in the Amarillo Symphony. I want to talk to you today about how to form your mouth when you play the clarinet. We call that your embouchure. The embouchure is how you shape your mouth when you play the clarinet. So a good way to do it naturally is to just blow air. Try to blow as small an airstream as you can. So you notice if when you blow air with a really small airstream, your chin gets flat, right? When I blow air, I don't go like this, right? I don't bunch up my chin, and if I was going to blow out a birthday cake, I wouldn't go, right? Unless I was 100 years old. But you're not 100 years old. So just blow air, and you can look in a mirror. And while you're doing that, try to smile. Try to bring your corners up. We call that a smiley face embouchure, right? So chin is nice and flat. That is the clarinet embouchure, right? So just blow air with a little bit of a smile, and then pick up the instrument and play. Okay, so with the clarinet, we want to put your top teeth on top of the mouthpiece, right? And then you want your bottom lip just to cushion. We're not going to let the teeth touch the reeds, right? But it's just like that. When I blow air, that's how much lip I use. I don't try to put too much lip in. It's just like when I blow air. The lip will cushion the bottom teeth, but the top teeth do go on the mouthpiece. That's why I like to use a mouthpiece cushion that kind of keeps the vibrations from the mouthpiece going in. So you can buy mouthpiece cushions at the music store. All right, so the top teeth on the mouthpiece, the flat chin, smiley face. Now, it's real important. Also, I'm going to bring the angle of my camera down so that you can see the bell of the clarinet. So as a beginner, you want to make sure that you do this correctly. You want the bell of the clarinet to be inside the knees. You don't want to let the bell of the clarinet go outside of the knees. So if you had a piece of tape across between your knees, you want to make sure the bell stays in here. You don't want to let it go out there. So when we're playing clarinet, don't let the bell come out past your knees. I'm going to bring the angle of the camera back up, and that's real important. So we don't want to play like that. We want to play like this. So your airstream is going at the reed, not through the mouthpiece, right? So don't try to play it like this. You're going to play it like this. Your airstream is going in. So keep the bell of the instrument inside the knees. And keep the corners of your mouth up, right? Now, it's real important to use a good breath support. So when we breathe, this is a wind instrument, so it requires air. So it's all about breathing and using the air correctly. So when you breathe, first of all, you want to make sure you're sitting up. You never want to play the instrument sitting back against your chair, and I'll bet you anything, your directors don't let you do that. So make sure your back is away from the chair. I always sit on the edge of the seat when I play an instrument, and try to sit with the best posture that you can. So imagine someone has a string above you and they're pulling up, right? So you want your back to be straight. Then when you breathe, you want to breathe from the bottom of your stomach, right? So we don't want to, when you take a breath, we don't want to see your shoulders go. If I see somebody breathe like that, I'm breathing from the top. You don't want to breathe from the top. So you don't want to see any of this going up. You want to breathe from the bottom of the stomach or the diaphragm, right? You can look in a mirror and make sure none of this is coming up, right? Also, when you take a breath, you want to make sure you hear just a deep sound, not this. Right? You don't want to choke off when you breathe. So you just want to be able to breathe in quickly. So you can breathe in from the bottom and then blow air out. So make sure when you breathe, you're filling up your lungs from the bottom up, right? Actually, you don't want to hear that. You want to hear, and right? Corners of my mouth are up. My flat chin is nice and flat. So you get a good full breath, and then you want to play with a good airstream. It's like if I say the letter S and go, and I push the air as hard as I can, but I keep my shoulders relaxed. I don't go, right? That would be like a snake. So you want to keep all this relaxed, breathe from the bottom, and go, and push the air where you feel it from the bottom of your stomach. Right? That is breath support. Then that's how I want to play. I'm really pushing the air. I'm not going, right? I'm not playing with the air as easy as I can. I'm pushing the air. So just doing the S exercise, pushing from the bottom, helps you get that breath support. But make sure your shoulders stay relaxed. All right, so it's real important you have the correct embouchure, you breathe correctly, and you play with good breath support. So the next video will be on technique.